The kids at Casuarina are more organised than we thought.
The ringleader of the weekend riot is the same kid who was in the headlines a couple of months ago when this footage emerged. That's him being subdued in his cell by prison staff who are using a restraint technique known as folding up. You put someone on their stomach and bend back their legs and arms in a way that makes it difficult for them to spring back when they're released. It buys a guard a valuable couple of seconds to get off an inmate and out of the cell before the prisoner can twist around. It's very effective. Unfortunately, it can also hurt like hell and has been linked to a risk of suffocation, which is why it was banned in some jurisdiction and is now outlawed in WA.
It looks like that vision from Don Dale.
That kid in Casuarina is our local version of Dylan Voller. He became a household name in 2016 because of this. Strapped down in a spit hood, Hannibal Lecter style at the Northern Territory's Don Dale Detention Centre.
Horrific.
Prisons usually are. It's jolting because we're usually afforded the opportunity of not having to think about what happens behind the razor wire until some pesky journo forces us to confront reality. Well, I'm going to be that pesky journo, and the reality we need to confront is this. Someone is going to get killed inside Casuarina prison. Either a kid in the juvenile wing, an adult in mainstream, or a guard. It's just dumb luck that it hasn't happened already. Saturday's riot, that 10 hours of complete lawlessness, began when one of the kids pretended to go to the toilet, but instead went to his cell where he retrieved a homemade weapon. He smashed a female staff member with the piece of metal, grabbed her keys, and unlocked a dozen other kids.
That sounds well planned.
It's like out of a movie. It's more planned than you realise. Word is the kids you saw going nuts on Saturday Arvo had a practice run at this 3 weeks ago. Attacked a female staff member to get her keys. They failed to get the keys that time, but told the youth custodial officers that when they did get them, they were going to unlock all their cells, then get across to neighbouring Unit 17 and unlock the adults there. They wanted to take over the prison. The quirky thing with this incident is it was technically a jail breakout and a jail break-in all at once. Unit 18 is in Casuarina prison, but is not technically part of Casuarina prison. It's on a section of land that's been annexed and considered under government regulations to be part of Bankshire Hill, notwithstanding the fact that Juvie Jail is 18 kilometres away. So those kids didn't just break out of Bankshire Hill, they broke into Casuarina, which means it was the first time WA's most secure prison was ever breached. Well done then.
McGowan's got a major problem if someone dies on his watch.
The Premier's pinning his hopes on this guy at the moment. Might not look it, but Tim Marnie is uniquely qualified to oversee the Juvenile Justice Reform Program. As WA's Mental Health Commissioner, he understands the root causes of the problems facing these kids. And as Under-Treasurer to Colin Barnett, he has experience working with belligerent people who just won't listen.
It's a tough job.
The kiddie crims are craftier than the adults, it seems, not that the adults are much chop at the moment. Exhibit A to that point is Albany boy Nathan Vanderos. He was pulled over by the cops last week, pissed, with 100 grams of weed in the car.
How high are you?
Hi, how are you?
His defence to the cops, which was repeated to the magistrate, was he never went to a party empty-handed.
What to bring when you're told not to bring a thing.
That prompted Magistrate Diane Scadden to remark he should have taken a packet of Cheezels as she handed him a $1,700 fine.
Stay off the weed!
I'm quite sure that old mate Nate will pay that off in no time. The dope he was busted with came with weighing scales and dealer bags. His hands aren't empty when he walks into the party, and his wallet's not empty when he walks out.
And we ain't hungry no more either, bruh.
I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.